What did you think of today's Filmmakers Salon?
Well, I think it was a nice opportunity to be able to hear stories about filmmakers. I mean, I do a lot of reading as a filmmaker myself, but I think, as they had said, every funding experience, every film experience is entirely different, and the approach is entirely different. So I don't think that there's any limit to the number of filmmakers that you can hear about how they approached making the film, how, especially during the distribution process, since it's so bleak and exhausting for many of us. So I really enjoyed it, yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I like coming to these kind of things. I'm an undergrad at Maryland right now studying English, and I want to go into film, so I like to just come to whatever I can.
I thought the salon was really interesting. It's nice to be in a small setting where it's intimate and it's not like you're in a big theater with a lot of people, so I actually felt like I was part of the discussion. It's nice to see a filmmaker who made the soundtrack for Revolution. Seems like a very successful filmmaker, made a great film, which I actually really want to see now. But I thought it was interesting to hear his point in the beginning that he thought the film he made, he started making this film 3 years ago, got funding for it, that he could never make it today because of the way funding has dramatically changed over the last 3 years. I thought that was really interesting as a filmmaker myself, an emerging filmmaker. And that was the main thing that stuck out in my mind.
This year, the festival established a new section, our Justice Matters, films about social justice segment, and we worked very closely with that, with the Cross Currents Foundation, who established a competition and a jury to look at such films and to make a determination who would be the winner. And they get a cash prize. Representing Cross Currents is Ken Rosinger. And Ken, I guess you're the president? Is that correct? Chairman. He's the chairman of Cross Currents and has become a very good friend, so thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Sharin. Cross Currents designed this award as a way to cast a spotlight on the role of film in the struggle for justice. The awards jury looked at 6 films in this series, and the winner was The Balibo Conspiracy. The jurors said, "It is a gripping narrative focused on the cost of independence to the people of East Timor and the role of journalists as witness to injustice."
I'm going to announce the winners of the Circle Audience Award. I'm going to give you the top 5 winners, beginning with number 5, The Sun Behind the Clouds, Tibet's Struggle for Freedom, directed by Lisa Sharin and Anthony Sonner. And I believe they're here today also. Number 4, Charlie Hayden, Rambling Boy, directed by Ritu Kedo. Number 3, Saviors in the Night, directed by Ludin Boken. The second and first winners came in extremely close together. Coming in at number 2, Mao's Last Dancer from Australia, directed by Bruce Jones. And the winner of the Circle Audience Award is Soundtrack for a Revolution from the U.S., directed by Bill Blumenthal and Dan Sterling.
It's closing night at Filmfest DC, and I'm here with Deputy Director Sharin Ghareeb. Tell us, what's happening tonight, Sharin?
Well, tonight is our closing night. We're concluding our 11th day of an exciting festival of films from all over the world. So it's been a very exciting week for us. And our closing film is a film called Soul Kitchen. Prior to the film starting, we had our awards ceremony where we had announced all the winners of our 4 awards. And the film is screening, and following the film, we're going to have a party. And it's going to be relaxed and fun, and just we're going to celebrate the end of the festival.
What would you consider some of the successes of this year's festival?
That's tough. The successes, we started out with a great opening night. It just started with a bang. The film was fantastic. The audience loved the film. We had a lovely gala after the film. So it just started off with a great film. Everything started off on the right foot. And then the days after that, all the films were very well attended, and everybody seemed to love the films. That's at least what I was hearing. The awards were successful. And everything was going smoothly. So really, it's just, I think, a combination of all those. We just see it as successes, one right after the other. And if I may say, We must be crazy, but we're already starting. Last night, we started planning for next year's festival. So, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but we really did. How quickly we forget all the pain and suffering and long hours.
When you look back on the last 24 years, what sort of stands out for you?
Well, I think it's how the festival has gotten solid, dependable, institutionalized. When we started this some 24 years ago, we did the first one. Didn't have a lot of idea about what we were doing. And I think we've learned about the Washington, D.C. film-going audience, which is different than other places. This is a working town, a very bright town. People here are very smart. They're an internationally thinking town because the diversity here is so strong. So we've learned, I think, the kinds of films that people like. And when we have guests who come here, they also see that our audience is smart. They ask very intelligent questions, not the basic questions.
Did you see Soul Kitchen tonight?
Yes, I did. I just got out of it, and it was excellent. It was very good on character development, I thought.
Have you been to DC Film Fest before?
Yes, I've gone all 24 years, and it's a fantastic film festival. It's very well organized, and the films are very unique.
Have you been to Film Fest DC before?
20 years. 20 years. Yeah, I'm a real fan of it. We talk about this sometimes, my husband and I, that during the year, you know, it's very easy when a movie comes out to say, oh, I'm too tired tonight, and we'll get it when it comes out on video, or we'll go later or something. But Film Fest is, 10 days set aside to, and you can say, okay, let's commit to these 10 days, and Film Fest isn't going to be here after those 10 days for a whole another year, and the films are always wonderful.
So you are actually a fan of Film Fest DC?
Oh yeah, for the last 17 years that I've been living here, I've been regularly going here.
You see a lot of films, and I've gotten to the point, I've been doing this for about 25 years now, where I watch the first 3 minutes of a movie, I can tell you what's going to happen for the rest of it, at least when it's a Hollywood movie. The subjects, the films in Film Fest, they're always surprising. They take unexpected twists. They treat their subjects in different ways. Say like Autumn Hidalgo, here's a film where it was both very powerful but very subtle in its presentation. And that's just a formula you're not going to see out of Hollywood.
And what do you enjoy about film?
Oh, what don't I enjoy about film? I enjoy everything. I enjoy the storytelling. I enjoy the cinematography. I just enjoy the drama, the opening up of a film, everything, meeting the directors, seeing the talent, finding out what's behind it, and also seeing it with other people, like-minded people, other filmophiles that really enjoy themselves and always want to talk about the film afterwards. So I'd say I love everything about film.
This year I saw 6 movies.
And what did you think?
I gave them all 5 stars. No 2 had anything in common whatsoever. They were all in different languages, different subject matters, and they were stunning. I haven't been this excited about movies since I was a little kid.
This year's Film Fest DC was an incredible event. People who love to make films met with people who love to see films. These filmmakers have thrilled audiences with over 80 movies from around the world. So it's easy to see why Film Fest DC has become one of Washington's major cultural events. Next year, 2011, marks the 25th anniversary of Film Fest DC. That means a new selection of first-rate international films will be coming to our nation's capital.
Ich habe ein Restaurant. Wie heißt der Laden? Soul Kitchen. Soul was? Soul Kitchen. Nein. Oh.
Dass die nach Shanghai gehen und Hunde essen.
Du willst dich verwirklichen.
Das ist mein Job.
Oh ja. Aber was ist denn mein Job? Was ist denn mein Job?
Ja, weiter essen.
Den Mist koche ich nicht. Hier, 45 €. Toll. Wollen wir das auf die Karte setzen? Okay, die Bullen.
Keine Bewegung.
Ich kann mich nicht bewegen, ich hab Bandscheibe. Wohin gehen wir eigentlich?
Ist ein Physiopraktiker. Alternative Medizin.
Nächste!
Auf 3. 1, 2.
3!